Welcome back. I'm an emergency doctor actively working at the emergency department of my hospital. In this Doctor's Corner series, we'll dive into lesser-known approaches and hidden strategies to help the people with critical illnesses. You can subscribe if you want to learn the latest news and healthy solutions about your health. Good day, everyone. Begin with a simple instruction. Look at your plate before you look at your willpower. Ask yourself, what is taking up space here? What is giving my body volume, fiber, minerals, and satisfaction before excess calories arrive? Today, we are talking about obesity and one of the most powerful food-based tools we can use against it, vegetables. Now, do not misunderstand the message. Do not think if I add a few leaves of lettuce to a plate of fried food, the body will magically change. That is not medicine. That is decoration. The real question is, why can vegetables help? How do they work inside the body? And how should we use them so they actually make a difference? Obesity is not simply a matter of appearance. Treat it as a biological condition involving energy balance, appetite regulation, hormones, food environment, inflammation, insulin sensitivity, sleep, movement, stress, and long-term habits. Do not reduce it to shame. Do not reduce it to laziness. Instead, understand the system and then change the system. Here is the key idea. Vegetables help because they allow us to eat a meaningful volume of food while lowering the calorie load of the meal. The CDC explains this clearly. The water and fiber in vegetables add volume, helping people eat satisfying portions with fewer calories when vegetables replace higher calorie ingredients. Pause and ask, why does volume matter? Because the stomach does not count calories the way a calculator does. The body receives signals from stretch, digestion, nutrients, hormones, and the speed at which food leaves the stomach. A bowl filled with vegetables, beans, greens, mushrooms, peppers, tomatoes, broccoli, cabbage, zucchini, or cauliflower can physically and metabolically behave differently from a small amount of calorie-dense food. So, do this. Stop thinking of vegetables as a side dish. Make them the architecture of the meal. Build the plate around them. Let protein support them. Let healthy fats season them. Let whole grains or starchy foods accompany them when appropriate. But let vegetables claim serious space. Let us go deeper. First, understand the medical concept of energy density. Energy density means calories per gram of food. Some foods deliver many calories in a small bite. Others deliver fewer calories in a large, satisfying portion. Many vegetables have high water content, high fiber content, and low energy density. That combination is not cosmetic. It is biologically useful. Why is this important? Because many people with obesity are not failing because they eat too much food by volume. They may be eating too much energy in too little volume. A handful of chips can carry more calories than a large bowl of vegetables. A creamy sauce can add more calories than several cups of greens. A sweet drink can enter the body quickly with little chewing, little fiber, and little fullness. So command your plate. Increase the physical size of the meal with low-energy vegetables and reduce the hidden calorie concentration. Do not merely add vegetables. Replace something. Replace part of the refined starch. Replace part of the creamy sauce. Replace part of the fried portion. Replace part of the processed snack. Ask, what can vegetables remove without making the meal feel smaller? This distinction matters because research has warned us about a common mistake. A systematic review and meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that simply increasing fruit and vegetable intake without intentionally reducing other energy sources does not reliably cause weight loss. In plain words, vegetables help most when they displace higher calorie foods, not when they are placed on top of an already excessive intake. Take that seriously. Do not say, I ate vegetables today, and then leave the rest of the eating pattern untouched. Say instead, I used vegetables to change the calorie structure of this meal. That is the difference between decoration and strategy. How do you apply it? Use the half plate method. Put non-starchy vegetables on half the plate. Leafy greens, cucumbers, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, peppers, onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, zucchini, asparagus, spinach, eggplant, okra, or Brussels sprouts. Then add a protein source. Then add a measured portion of starch or whole grain if it fits your needs. Finish with a controlled amount of fat: olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, or dressing, but measure it. Why? Because vegetables are low in calories, but oils are not. Now ask, how can a meal become larger but lighter? Add chopped mushrooms, onions, spinach, and peppers to eggs. Add shredded cabbage, carrots, and cucumber to sandwiches. Add cauliflower rice or zucchini noodles to pasta dishes. Add lentils, spinach, tomatoes, celery, and carrots to soup. Add roasted broccoli, peppers, and onions before adding rice or potatoes. Add a large salad before the main meal, but keep the dressing controlled. Do not drown vegetables in butter, cream, sugar, or heavy sauces and then blame the vegetables when weight does not change. Give vegetables a fair chance. Steam them, roast them, grill them, sauté them lightly, or put them in broth-based soups. Use spices boldly: garlic, cumin, paprika, black pepper, vinegar, lemon, herbs, chili, turmeric, ginger. Make the food enjoyable, because enjoyment is not the enemy of weight management. Chaos is. Now let us talk about satiety, the feeling that you have had enough. The research group of Barbara Rolls and colleagues has spent years examining energy density, portion size, and food intake. Medical literature in this area shows that lower energy density eating patterns can reduce hunger and support weight management, especially when water-rich foods like vegetables are used to create satisfying portions. In one review, diets lower in energy density were linked to greater satiety, less hunger, and lower energy intake in short-term studies. Why does this matter in daily life? Because hunger is one of the main reasons diets collapse. Many people can tolerate restriction for 3 days. Fewer can tolerate constant hunger for 3 months. Almost no one wants to live hungry for years. So do not design a diet that feels like punishment. Design a plate that gives fullness with fewer calories. Ask yourself before each meal, where is the fiber? Where is the water-rich food? Where is the chewing? Where is the color? Vegetables answer all 4. Fiber deserves special attention. Fiber slows digestion, supports bowel regularity, helps with fullness, and contributes to better blood glucose control. The CDC notes that fiber-containing foods, including vegetables and legumes, help with blood sugar control and weight management. Why does blood sugar matter in obesity? Because many people with obesity also struggle with insulin resistance, prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, or cravings driven by rapid glucose swings. Vegetables, especially non-starchy vegetables, can soften the glucose impact of meals when they replace refined carbohydrates or are eaten before or alongside them. Try this. Eat vegetables first at the meal. Start with salad, vegetable soup, steamed greens, cucumber, peppers, or broccoli. Then eat the protein. Then eat the starch. How can this help? It may slow the meal down, increase fullness earlier, and reduce the urge to overeat the most calorie-dense part of the plate. This is simple enough to do tonight, but powerful enough to change the rhythm of eating. Now go beneath the surface, into the gut. Inside the colon, certain fibers are fermented by gut bacteria into short-chain fatty acids such as acetate, propionate, and butyrate. These compounds are not just waste products, they participate in communication between the gut and metabolism. A systematic review and meta-analysis of human studies found differences in fecal short-chain fatty acid levels between people with obesity and people without obesity, showing that the gut environment is connected to metabolic health in ways we are still learning to map fully. Think about that for a moment. A vegetable is not only low calorie, it is also information for the microbiome. It is texture, it is fermentation substrate, it is a signal to the immune system and metabolic system. Why does a plate of vegetables feel ordinary but act so deeply? Because food is chemistry wrapped in culture, so give the gut something to work with. Do not eat the same 2 vegetables forever. Rotate them. Use cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, bok choy, and Brussels sprouts. Use allium vegetables like onions, garlic, scallions, and leeks. Use dark, leafy greens. Use red and orange vegetables. Use beans, peas, and lentils when they fit the meal. They bring fiber and protein together. The US dietary guidelines emphasize vegetables as part of nutrient-dense eating patterns designed to meet nutrient needs, promote health, and help prevent chronic disease. The guidance also organizes vegetables into subgroups: dark green, red and orange, beans and peas, starchy vegetables, and others, because variety matters nutritionally. So do not just say, eat vegetables. Say, eat categories, eat colors, eat textures. Eat them repeatedly enough that the body recognizes a new normal. Now let us address one important point. Vegetables are not a complete obesity treatment by themselves. Say that clearly. Obesity may require medical evaluation, behavioral support, physical activity, sleep improvement, treatment of depression or binge eating, medications, and in some cases, bariatric surgery. Do not pretend that cabbage alone replaces medical care. But also do not underestimate vegetables because they are simple. Medicine often respects molecules in capsules more quickly than molecules on plates. Yet the body does not care whether a helpful signal came from a prescription, a behavior, a muscle contraction, or a meal pattern. It responds to physiology. Ask, how can vegetables support the whole treatment plan? They can lower meal energy density. They can increase fiber. They can improve fullness. They can reduce displacement of ultra-processed foods. They can help control blood glucose. They can improve diet quality. They can make portions feel generous. They can create repeatable routines. They can give families a shared change instead of isolating one person as the patient. This last point matters. If one person in a household is trying to manage obesity while everyone else eats in a way that constantly pulls them backward, the home becomes a battlefield. So make vegetables a family standard, not a punishment for one individual. Roast a large tray. Make a big salad. Prepare soup for several days. Keep frozen vegetables ready. Wash and cut raw vegetables in advance. Make the easier choice visible. Give this instruction to every household. Make vegetables the food that is easiest to reach. Put them at eye level in the refrigerator. Keep them washed. Keep frozen options available. Use pre-cut vegetables if time is tight. Choose canned vegetables when needed, but watch sodium and rinse when appropriate. Do not make health depend on perfection. Make it dependable. Now ask, what is the most common failure point? It is not knowledge. Most people know vegetables are healthy. The failure point is preparation. Vegetables that are not ready do not get eaten. Vegetables that taste bland get ignored. Vegetables that require 40 minutes on a busy night lose to delivery food. So prepare in batches. Roast 2 sheet pans at once. Make a pot of vegetable soup. Chop cabbage for 3 days. Keep microwave-ready frozen vegetables for emergencies. Add vegetables to foods you already eat. Do not wait for motivation. Build a system that works when motivation is absent. Use this simple daily framework. At breakfast, add 1 vegetable. At lunch, fill half the plate with vegetables. At dinner, begin with vegetables. At snack time, use vegetables when cravings are mild. Before grocery shopping, choose 5 vegetables for the week. Before cooking, decide what higher calorie item the vegetables will partially replace. Why 5? Because variety prevents boredom. Why replacement? Because weight change requires an energy shift. Why repetition? Because biology adapts through patterns, not through speeches. Now consider the emotional side. Many people living with obesity have experienced blame. They have been told to just eat less. But eating less without eating differently often creates hunger, frustration, and rebound eating. Vegetables allow a more compassionate route. Eat differently so eating less energy becomes easier. That is the heart of the method. Do not fight the body all day. Negotiate with it intelligently. If your meal is pizza, add a large salad first and reduce the slices. If your meal is rice, mix in cauliflower rice, peppers, peas, or greens and reduce the rice portion. If your meal is pasta, add zucchini, mushrooms, spinach, and tomatoes and reduce the pasta amount. If your meal is meat, add roasted vegetables and reduce the fatty sides. If your snack is chips, start with cucumber, carrots, or peppers and hummus, then decide if you still want the chips. Ask, how much can I add that helps me subtract without feeling deprived? That question changes everything. Let us bring it all together. Vegetables are beneficial in obesity because they change the meal from the inside out. They add volume without adding many calories. They bring fiber, water, micronutrients, and chewing. They improve fullness. They can help stabilize the meal's metabolic effect. They feed the gut environment. They make a lower calorie pattern more livable, but use them correctly. Do not merely add them. Let them replace. Let them lead. Let them take space. Let them become routine. Ask yourself at every meal, where are the vegetables? What are they replacing? How are they helping me feel full? Why would I leave the most useful part of the plate as an afterthought? Start today, not next month, not after a perfect grocery plan. Today, add a bowl of vegetable soup, add greens to dinner, roast broccoli, slice cucumbers, open frozen spinach, put peppers into eggs, make cabbage the base of a meal. Take one action so small that it cannot be rejected and repeat it until it becomes part of the household rhythm. Remember, obesity treatment is not about one heroic decision. It is about hundreds of small biological advantages repeated until the body receives a different message. So build the plate wisely. Feed the body with respect. Make vegetables central, flavorful, visible, and ready. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and let us keep growing healthier as one family and one community. See you in the next topic.